Good. Hello. Everybody good? Everybody eating? Everybody getting full bellies? Thank you so much for coming. This is psycho. This is nuts. Thank you so much for coming. This is kind of my first official team meeting, and we have got a crap load of people in here. So thank you. Real quick. I didn't. So Carrie's going to share something real quick, and then we're going to get started.
Hey, everybody. I'm coming up. I don't know how many of you saw my video with Susie Lambeth concerning Marilyn Welch. We are currently doing a fundraiser through the month of July. I was going to say May. Through the month of July for her family. She lost her brother at the end of April. And her brother, when he passed, he left 3 small children and his wife. And he was the caretaker at home. But his wife has a knee injury now, and they have no way to, she has no way to take care of the kids. Marilyn has been paying their rent since he passed away. And so we are doing a fundraiser for her. Every dollar we raise for the month of July, Sunshine Fund will match whatever we raise. So hopefully, if you guys feel the need to want to support us, that would be wonderful. And if you have any questions about it, let me know. Thanks.
So real quick, just go over the agenda. Everybody's got one. We're going to do birthdays, then anniversaries. Chastity from Geico is going to do her thing. We're going to do a quick MCA minute, big minute, MCTT minute. Isaac Gibson is in the house. He's going to light it up for 10, 15 minutes. And then the 5, somewhere between 5 and 30, whatever, we'll figure it out. It'll buff out. All right, birthdays, real quick. I don't think we met in June, so we'll cover June's real quick. Happy birthday, Carolyn and Kathy, Marcus, Amy, Rebecca, Mary, Terry Poteet, and Dale. Also in June, Ronald, Andrew Lee, that is me, that is my government name. Tammy, Bethany, Alice, Mary. Happy birthday. Also, Dawn, David, and Flamania, Judith, Spencer, Sherry. What's next? July? Who? Who do we? We have these things saved in a system. July, April, Hillary, Tanya, Brian, Robert, Trudy, Dylan, Lauren Gibson, may or may not be in the house, and Meredith. Oh gosh. Just pause it. Does anybody know it before I try it? I hear nothing that makes sense. All right, cool. Vashu, Deborah, Hunter, Hannah, Amy, Sarah, Linda, Travis, Daniel Bird, Christopher, Hannah, Lester. Also in July, we will. Everybody calm down. Stephanie, Lorraine, Jewel, Brittany, Ashley, Shania. Is that everybody? Oh, cool. All right, anniversaries real quick. Ariel, Rivers, Brad, Katie, Hilla, Cynthia, Carl, Christy, Rebecca, Kenneth, Lori, Alenka, Ronald, Rudy, Shannon, Delia, David, Elizabeth, Robert, Mary, and is that Miss Bill? Demetra. All right, whatever y'all say. Stacy, Jose, Ethiel, hey Ethiel, Sandy, Meredith, Beth, Pete, Julianne, Ronald, Sherry, Aaron, Stephen, John, Erica, Victor, Michael. Happy anniversary. Is that everybody? Yay. All right, real quick, Chastity, are you ready? You have their undivided attention for 10 minutes. If your mic gets cut off, that means it's over. Okay. Light them up.
So I'm Chastity. I'm from Geico in Greensboro. I just want to thank you guys for letting us come out here and talk to you. And Matthew wishes he could be here. Unfortunately, he is coastal at a different KW today. So I just wanted to come here. Actually, I'm an agent who works in his office and in the home department. If some of you guys are not familiar with us, Matthew has a little bit bigger office to where we can separate departments for auto and home. So our home department is huge. We definitely want to be able to help you guys. We even have a phone line exclusively just for realtors and your clients. And we're available 7 days a week until 10 p.m. We're also licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. So we definitely want to be able to assist with things that we're seeing going in the market. And here lately, we've been seeing a lot of fires, like as far as just last minute issues we're running in to get into closing and things that people are just not being aware of. So one of the biggest things I do want to point out is claims. We're seeing it happen so much. Whether it's your clients moving from out of state and they filed a claim on their home previously, and then they're purchasing a home here that has claims. Now, when you have claims 3 and 3 years, you are almost uninsurable. It is very hard to get insurance at that point. We do affiliate with the North Carolina Joint Underwriting Association because we're seeing it happen so much that a lot of your clients are struggling to get insurance at a certain point. Insurance didn't really matter. I actually used to be a realtor. You just go tell them get insurance before we get to closing day. You don't really get involved with it like the lender does. But what we're seeing is the due diligence is so high right now for them to get their house. And then they worry about the insurance the last couple of weeks. Due diligence is passed. We've seen clients have to lose the homes because they couldn't get insurance. And that's where we're just asking you guys to definitely start getting involved. We've had a numerous amount of clients call us and say they've heard 5 or 6 no's from different insurance companies before we get to them. At that point, they're just frustrated. Why are we getting such high premiums? Why are we getting no's? Nobody's talking to them. That's what our team specializes in. We want to make sure they're getting the proper insurance with the proper rate. We're a broker, so we affiliate with different carriers and we don't charge fees to do that. So we're able to shop them around. We also can exclude certain claims with certain carriers after 3 years versus 5 to 7 years. It's huge because, like I said, if they file a claim in Texas, California, they got 1 claim, and then they come here and they're buying a house that's got 2 claims. One could be a water claim and one could be a wind claim. But it's all happened so recently. That's where they're coming into issues because it follows the home and the client. So just definitely start getting involved with that process. Start getting them to call about it. Another thing is you don't want to wait till last minute, as we've seen it happen a few weeks ago. We had a realtor who was in one of these classes like you guys. Their client called them up because their buyer was purchasing a home 2 houses down from their mom. Mom looked outside one day and saw that the siding was on fire. The seller had decided to burn some leaves, getting the yard cleaned up, and caught the whole siding on fire and had a $213,000 open claim. So we are seeing it because then at that point, if you have an open claim, you cannot get insurance. They won't write you. We had a carrier who was willing to write this buyer's client as long as the repairs would be done within the first week after closing. So we're able to have these type of relationships with our carriers to help you guys get to closing because that, can you imagine you're 2 weeks away from having your dream home and then you find out half of it's been demolished? Things are happening. Other things that we want you guys to be aware of is when you have clients who are selling the home and they do have that time to get all of their stuff moved out, get it moved into a different place, but that home is now vacant, they need a vacant policy. Because let's say they move out of the home, they go on vacation for a few days, and there's a water leak. They come back and they find out that their home has water, it's been flooded. They call in and they tell their insurance company, hey, the home's flooded. Okay, well, were you occupying the home? What was going on during that time? Well, we have it up for sale. We've already moved. Well, unfortunately, your claim is not covered because we were not aware that it was for sale and it was vacant. That is an exposure of liability. So you want to make sure when they're putting them up for sale and they are not living in it, they have the proper insurance. Seller possession, that's another huge thing we're seeing. When they are closing on the home and the seller's staying in the home for a few weeks, they need a renter's policy, that seller does. And your buyer needs a proper home policy, whether it have a rental endorsement or it be a dwelling policy. Because again, something happens, they go to file those claims, they find out they were not the people who was occupying that home as the primary owners. That claim will not be covered, and that seller's belongings will not be covered as they had no insurance in place to begin with. So these are things that we want you guys to see, and it's things that you didn't really have to think about, but the market's just changing. So insurance is having to change with you guys. But we would just want to be a partner with you guys and make sure your clients are having the proper insurance. So when they do run into issues, they're able to have a resource that's local. If you guys are having them just say, hey, go call Geico, the 1-800 number, they are not talking to anybody local. It could be an agent out of Texas. And let's say you need that deck page at closing and the attorney's asking where it's at and you can't get an agent on the phone or the agent you talk to, we're not able to access those quotes either or those policies. So they have to call our local office. That's why we have that realtor line exclusively for you. Just make a quick introduction. Hey, my name is so-and-so. I'm with KW Burlington. Me and my clients just went under contract. Go ahead and have them reach out to us, because what our office does again with those claims is we run a clue report. Every quote we provide, we're running a clue report. They call Progressive or Allstate, they may or may not run that clue and give them an excellent rate. And if they filed claims a couple years ago and then they call back and say, we want to move forward with it, and then they run that clue, they're there again, well, now your premiums went up. We do it from the beginning. There's no oops, there's no surprises. This is your rate and this is what we're able to offer you to be properly covered. If you guys want to jot the phone number down, it's 336-303-8313. If you've got the eyeglass cleaner or the coaster, I do have goodies over there, so please feel free to take one. The phone number is also on there, but definitely text us. We have agents in the office till 8 and we're available till 10. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy your lunch.
Thank you so much, Chastity, and thank you for lunch. So Mary is tied up in transmittal. So Teresa, you're big.
Thank you very much. All right, real quick, form changes. Everybody knows it happens, right? July 1. Yeah, it happens every year. I know, right? Robbie said nobody cares. Well, we shall see. So let's talk about it real quick. We're going to talk about what changed, where to find the new forms, and when you got to start using them. All right. Look, y'all, 26 changes. I know, right? It is a lot in the residential forms, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. We did that last week on Glad You Asked. So go out to the YouTube channel, KW Central, and you will hear a breakdown of the majority of the changes if you have not done so already. But I want to just highlight 3 biggies for residential. First one is the offer to purchase and contract. That fuel tank stuff was big over the last year. So NC Realtors figured they need to do something different. So what they did was they pulled fuel tanks out and they now have their own separate paragraph in the offer to purchase. So go over the forms, review the forms, read the forms. So look for that big one in the offer to purchase. Fuel tanks have their own section. They now spell out for HOAs who pays what. So be on the lookout for that in the offer to purchase. And the manufactured homes, they talk a little bit more and added that to the offer to purchase. So make sure when you're explaining your forms and reviewing them with your clients, make sure you're pointing out those changes in the OTP. Next one is the exclusive right to sell listing agreement. The biggest thing there is, let me say this, it mirrors the offer to purchase. So they pulled that out and that now has a separate section as well, fuel tanks. Biggest thing is the dual and designated agency section. It now looks different. So yeah, it's definitely better. I like it. They should have done this a long time ago, but hey, they did it this year. So thank you, NC Realtors. It's a the section looks different because you signed differently. It was confusing. We had agents who had their clients and they initialed all 3 spots previously. So they agreed to dual designated. Then they didn't agree to dual designated. Then they said, oh, we changed our mind and we really do. Well, I don't know. So now it's a lot clearer. There's one place for agreeing for dual designated or dual agency, and then you can elect designated as well. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so Tammy asked for me to quickly explain the difference between dual agency, what it means, and dual designated. And the best way to remember it is like this. This is how I teach this in post licensing. If you remember that the firm is the agent, don't think about yourself, think about the firm. The firm is the agent, which means the firm can have the listing and the firm can have the buyer. It happens a lot here at KW Central because we have a lot of agents. So we will have the listing and the buyer. Guess what? The firm is a dual agent because we have both. Designated means that Chloe is designated to her listing and Dylan is designated to his buyer. Okay, two different agents designated specifically to their clients. Does that help?
Yeah.
Yes.
To clarify,
Yes.
both the Hillsborough office, Mebane, and Burlington are still all under one umbrella.
They are under one umbrella because every single agent here is now under Teresa Brooks. Before, every agent was affiliated with a different office. That is no longer the case. All of you, whether you're in Hillsborough or whether you sit in the Mebane office, doesn't matter where you sit, you all are under KW Central Burlington. Okay, so we are all one market center. Okay, very good. Next bullet, the amendment that changed, and I like this change. The agreement to amend has changed. Here's what they added. They added the number of the amendment, and let me explain very quick. Sometimes in some cases, there are 3 different changes or 3 different amendments. So you didn't know, do I do 3 or do I change the 1 to make it include everything? Now it doesn't matter. You can number it. Agreement to amend number 1, agreement to amend number 2, agreement to amend number 3. So I like that change. The other thing is they've added a place for if the escrow agent changes. And that happens too. Maybe you couldn't get on the calendar of one attorney. So you now need to change attorneys. That's has been added to the agreement to amend. Love it. All right. We'll not go over commercial forms, but if you're commercial and you are certified with KW, please, thank you. 20 changes for commercial forms if you do property management, 7 changes to their forms, plus they've included 4 new forms. And I'm not going to even deal with auctions because we don't do them. Next. All right, where to find the forms? DocuSign has done us a favor already. They have uploaded some of the 2022 forms. They are not all there. Okay. If you need it, you go to NC Realtors. Is that up there? Yes, you go to NC Realtors and you log in using your NERDS ID, your NRDS log into there and you can download the forms for use. Once you're logged in, there's also a link to the changes that I just mentioned. So go out there and get a summary of the changes. I see your hand. And on July the 11th, they will actually be doing a forms review for the changes. Yes, ma'am. Zip Forms has all of the forms. And oh, by the way, Dotloop didn't used to do this, but I got a confirmation or something last year that Dotloop now uploads and changes all the forms. So thank you, everybody. Next, they're already uploaded. Thank you. They're already in Dotloop. Awesome. When do you need to start using the forms? The big department requests that you use them right away to keep away confusion, because some agents will come, there's old forms, then some come with new forms, and it gets confusing for me, y'all. So if you help me out by using the new forms right away, NCAR requires that you start using them by September 1st. And if you don't use them by September 1st, although please use them immediately for me. If you don't use them by September 1st, that's considered drafting. And you can get in trouble for using outdated forms. Yes, ma'am.
And if you want to know more about the forms, you'll take your general update, continuing education.
Exactly.
As soon as possible, you will understand them significantly.
All right. Thank you, Ethiel. She says, if you want to know the next explanation of the changes, go ahead and take your gen up. And for those of you who are BIC eligible or BIC, you need to take your BIC update. All right. Is that next, or is there a next, or am I done? Okay. So last one, want more details about the changes? We went over the changes extensively last week. in the Glad You Asked, so go out and look for that. And of course, make sure you understand the forms before you start explaining to your clients, because these form changes are significant and they will change your scripts as you're explaining. Okay, thank you very much.
Yay, thank you. Thanks, Teresa. Excuse me. So,
I apologize. One more thing. If you are a member of Alamance MLS, your dues are due. Your dues are due, and they're due by August 1st, because they do not send you all an individual invoice. They send it to me, and I don't want to pay a fine. I mean, I don't want Andy to pay the fine on my behalf. So pay your dues. Yes.
Also mention that everybody got an email from me.
Oh.
as well.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
Everybody received an individual email from Karen. Thank you very
It's
much.
just that the dues are from, typically Alamance MLS dues have been for a year,
Mhm.
from July to June. You're only being billed for half the year.
Okay.
So from July, carries you July through December,
Okay.
so it's 175.
175. 175 from July to the end of the year. It pays to have someone who's the president of Alamance at your office.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Did you just look at me and say, thank you, Karen? Thank you. You're welcome. All right, next real quick. There's a lot of new people here as well. So this is Daniel Miller. So Daniel is the new MCTT, the Market Center Tech Trainer. He has replaced Jonathan Montrose. So Jonathan, and we have not publicly thanked you for how fantastic you were in the transition. Like, yeah, please give Jonathan an ovation. So he stayed on board with us for almost a month, I think it was, and helped transition Daniel in and did a fantastic job. So next is the MCTT minute, and Daniel's going to teach you something that he showed me yesterday, and it is freaking fantastic. So check this out.
Hey, thank you. So I want to show you how to get leads through your app. Now, I know a lot of you are going, I'm already doing that. But a lot of you aren't. Some of you don't even know that you have an app. So go ahead and show the next one here. Let's show you how to get to your app. Sign in like you normally would. You're in commit. Yes, lots of spinning with it. Go down to consumer. They're always working on it. Once you go to consumers, you go to URLs. And you'll notice you have both your website and your app. And please, I hope everyone knows that they have a website. You do have a website and you have an app. You have both. Once you copy that, I highly suggest going to a QR code generator. Just do a quick search for one. You'll find all kinds of ones on Google, and it'll make you pretty little QR code like this. So now you have this pretty little QR code. You can put it on a sticker, you can put it on a business card, you can put it on a little flyer. You can get people to scan it like you're a fancy restaurant or not so fancy restaurant that likes to change your menu on a regular basis. Go ahead and skip it. So actually go ahead and hit it again. We'll just skip that. That's me making this. You don't want to see how you do it. Once you have this QR code, people are able to scan it with their phones. Takes them straight to being able to download your app, asks you a couple questions. They can
Download their app.
Your app. It'll say KW, but it goes directly to you. As you see, threw my name on there, just like it'll throw your name on there with you doing no work except for making sure they use your URL. Once they find a property they're interested in or just want to create an account, they do anything to create an account. Seconds after they hit that sign up button, you hit next. Lead. Immediately, your inbox says, hey, you got a new one. Go ahead, one more. And then you can go and actually find the information, go, hey, they actually did sign up and I have a lead, and you can get their information and do what you do best whenever you have a lead, and go sell a house and have fun. Thank you, guys.
Good job, Daniel. Okay. And if you want, I know that was really fast because I told him, I'm like, dude, you got 2 minutes. And so if you want to do that one-on-one, schedule a time with Daniel, send him an email and he'll work with you one-on-one on creating your code and help you create your flyer or business card or whatever you want to stick your QR code on. So I want to introduce somebody. In 2021, their GCI was $454,570, 51 closed transactions. Year to date in 2022, GCI, not including June because we're currently doing transmittal, $312,714, 33 closed transactions. There's 12 added to this. This is what happened in June that is not hit because of transmittal yet. So far in June, not included. And the number 8 team in the entire Carolinas region. If you will please help me welcome Isaac Gibson.
And Lauren Gibson, who is not coming up here with me because she doesn't want to, and Emily and Rachel, and we're a team, so not just me. Andy did ask me to talk for a few minutes. He said, hey, I need 3 things to share, to show what you guys are doing this year in the shifting market with everybody. And I said, sure. It's pretty simple. All we have to do to get ahead is just lie, cheat, and steal. That's it. Everybody on board? We're good? All right. But in all seriousness, when you go home tonight, do me a favor, right before you go to bed, lie down, close your eyes and just think for a few minutes. Think what you could do if you had an extra 5 or 10 sales this year compared to last year. I know for my family and I, our plan was to have more time together and more vacations. So that's what we're doing with our extra money. It might be for you, hey, planning for my child's college fund. It might be, hey, buy investment property. But tonight, lie down, just close your eyes for a few minutes. And what we did is we made a vision board. Anybody have a vision board? I see a lot of hands that didn't go up. Some folks don't like vision boards, but I'm telling you, I started that years ago, and it's amazing when you look at the board and you say, wow, and check all those boxes, time to make a new board. So when I left D.R. Horton to join the Keller Williams family, we made a new vision board. All the boxes aren't checked, but we've been checking a bunch of them. So tonight, lie down, think about it. Tomorrow, wake up. I recommend just making a vision board. And then cheat. That part's really easy. That's it. And I learned this from Robbie. Y'all know that. I stole it from him. So yeah. So walk right into that one. You did. Yeah. So and when I say cheat, we cheat ourselves out of just a little bit of our own personal time. And that might be getting up 15 or 20 minutes earlier, starting your day. Don't hit that snooze button. Say, hey, you know what? 3, 2, 1, lift off, get out of bed and say, you know what? It's time to get it. Or that might be my wife, Lauren. She's the opposite. I'm the one who gets up early. She's like, forget that, I'm staying in bed, but she stays up late. She works. We work a lot, you guys. When you actually take how much we've earned, multiply it by 2, divided by our work hours, we're making about $15 an hour, minimum wage. It's all right. But we cheat ourselves out of that little bit of personal time and make sure that we're pouring into our business. So that way we can have the vacations or put away for college funds and things of that nature. And then the last part, I also learned this from Robbie before he says anything, steal. That's the easy part. Here at Keller Williams, honestly, the stealing part is easy, and that's just stealing best practices. And here we like to share. So you don't even really have to steal the best practices. We had an event a few months ago, and I want to say like 3 or 4 agents reached out to me and said, hey, that shredder event, I saw it on Facebook, can you give me the information about it? And I said, no, because I'm just the face, I'm not the brains. I said, you got to contact Rachel, who's the brains behind all of our events, and she can share the information for you. And she did that. So when you see something that works for somebody else, or just at Keller Williams, just ask, and we're happy to share that. So really simple, lie, cheat, and steal. Just to dive a little bit deeper into that, work your database. That is something that Ariel said to me. I work my database a little differently. My database, I feel, is a community, and I make sure that I'm reaching out and building those relationships. This business is not about homes. I know some folks said, I've talked to folks like, hey, I'm thinking about getting into real estate. I like watching HGTV. I like decorating houses. I like looking at houses. And I'm like, not what it's about, but it's really about relationships and changing people's lives. So if you were in this room right now and you're one of those folks I just talked about, I'm sorry. But if it's about decorating houses and all that kind of stuff, and you're just getting started, ouch. But if you'd like to change somebody's life and help them find the perfect home, make sure you're building those relationships. Also, something that we do work really hard on is just being involved in the community. We have a lot of community events, and we're making sure that we're giving back to our community that's given so much to us. Whether that be a trip, we just had a summer social, so things of that nature. And a lot of these things, and this is the last point I'll make, a lot of these things that we have been doing, we have been getting that from our coaching. So who has a coach? Wow, a lot more hands went up than a vision board. So that's great. Your coach should probably tell you to do a vision board. But our coach Karen has been giving us a lot of great ideas. We don't have to steal them from her because we pay her and she's worth every penny, but she's given us a lot of these great ideas because a coach, what they'll do is they'll help you find those blind spots that you don't realize that are there. Those things that you are not doing, that you should be doing. And they will show you those things and say, hey, what about this? And the next thing is on your next meeting, they'll remind you about those things and say, hey, where are we at with this? And where are we at with that? And you're like, oh, yeah, it's, yep, I'm on it. And then by the next meeting, you'll get that look like, you said that the last meeting you were on it. So they hold you accountable. And I'll be the first to admit, when I first started here, I was like, I play sports, I've had coaches, I'm good. I'm just gonna hustle and do my thing and work hard. And then, yeah, my better half, my wife, she said, hey, we're gonna get a coach. And we did, and that's helped us tremendously. So if you don't have a coach, we have them here. I mean, bold coaches, get a coach. That's definitely helped us in this market. Leveraging, without Emily, without Rachel, who we are unfortunately, she's moving. I don't know if everybody knows, but Rachel is moving to South Carolina. She is leaving us. I have cried. It's gonna, it's gonna be hard. But without Emily to pick that place, and she just found us out now. You're picking up her slack till we find somebody else. And myself, it's really hard. So honestly, leveraging and not being afraid to try new things. We have tried some things, you guys. And this is the other thing about the coach that reminded me. What's your ROI? Because I'll spend some money. I'm the one who likes to spend. Lauren is the one who doesn't. But if we do spend money, we're making sure that we're tracking that and making sure that we're getting an ROI on our investment. But the other thing that I like to mention is this: if you're not getting a JOY when you're doing something, then you shouldn't be doing it. If there's no joy out of what you're doing, then don't do it. The verse says he loves a cheerful giver. So if you don't like giving back to the community, and that's not your thing, then find something else. We enjoy doing that. And the last but not least, and this is the first thing that I should have started with, we always say, where our success comes from, it's not from us, it's from him. So without that, and without giving him, the glory and saying, hey, God, family, then business, then we wouldn't be where we're at right now. So any questions? No, great. Thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, it's about to get a little crazy. You want, come on. Okay. All right. Everybody get your phone out. What? What? NAR said that. Sales down 3.4. Market Center up 20.3%. Sorry, I'm repeating you for the Zoom people. That's what I'm talking about. Good job. All right, everybody get your phone out. There is no not participating. If I don't see you participating, if you have a drink in front of you, I'm slapping it in the floor. Everybody participate. All right, go to the website. It says www.kahoot.it, or go to the app and then type in the, there's a little beard again. A little beard. You just needed, Sandy. There you go. So raise your hand if you've ever played Kahoot. Okay. Raise your hand if you have not played Kahoot. All right. You do not have to download the app. You can go straight to the website and type that in. And then create a name, and then you're going to see yourself pop up. Here at Keller Williams, we love helping each other. This is not the game that you're going to keep helping people. Don't say your answers out loud. Don't help anybody besides you. The objective of this game is to win. And after everybody's done getting logged in, then I'm going to tell you what you're going to. How is this complicated? My gosh. I'm like, I thought I had this nailed down pretty easy. This is going to go down as the biggest. This can go down as the biggest Kahoot ever. A little sus. All right, real quick, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you are not in yet. Still going? Still need a couple seconds. Go back. All right, there we go. All right, so listen up. Listen up. Here's the directions. Shh, 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 shh. So here's how this is for the people who have never played. So it's multiple choice. I'm going to read you out a question. There's going to be 4 options. Your answers are timed. So let's say, for example, let's say Robbie selects the correct answer in 3 seconds and Isaac selects the correct answer in 5 seconds. Robbie's going to get awarded more points than Isaac. So time matters. Your correct answer also matters more than anything. All right. The first question, raise your hand if you're not logged in yet. Oh, good. You back in? Don't go to it yet. So what you are going to win. So the first portion of your prize is a $50 Amazon gift card. All right. That's part 1. Stay tuned. Here's part 2. You are going to win this massive. I custom ordered this thing. I swear to God. This is a $200 custom something. It's heavy as lead. It is not in yet. So I hate it didn't get here before the meeting. Here's the rules. If you become the KW Central Kahoot champion, thank y'all. So if you become the Kahoot champion, sometime like at every meeting, whether it be 5 questions, 10 questions, 20 questions, we're probably majority of our meetings, because it's fun and you talk trash to each other and you learn stuff at the same time. That's what I'm looking for here. So you have to bring this chain around your neck to the next meeting. Got it? Got it. No, it's not and or, you get both. No, this isn't a like, oh, we want you to wear the chain like you're wearing the freaking chain, right? So like it's big and heavy and gaudy. And so, all right, that's your prizes. So no, don't start yet. The first question is a personal question about me personally, just to get everybody kickstarted. And if you get it wrong, you're fired. And so you'll see how it works. And then after every single question, it'll pop up a leaderboard. And then you'll see where you're at. You can laugh at one another. You can pick on one another if you pick, because there's some crazy answers in here. But you should know them all. But time matters. Is everybody ready? Raise your hand if you are not ready. Say I'm ready if you are ready. All right. Question number 1. Better be quick. 3, 2, 1. Andy and Lee's newborn baby boy's name is Levi, Gilbert, Malachi, or Sammy. See how many people we fixing the fire. Y'all ain't paying attention. Don't be cheating. Malik. Okay. So Levi is my 4.5-year-old. Gilbert does not exist. Sammy is my 1.5-year-old, and Malachi is our newborn. All right. Do you get the gist of it? We read it fast. You click it real quick. Oh, by the way, that question counted. So, all right. Question number 2. Look at Little Beard. There's your leaderboard. We got Little Beard, Kibbles, Emily R, and Madison. That's your top 5. Question 2. Red Day this year was held on what date? 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Who's on the struggle bus up in here? Oh, you. Everybody done? Time's running out if you haven't clicked. It was May 12th. New leaderboard, Kibbles took the lead. Emily, Dylan, Jamie, Madison, that rounds out your top 5. Question number 3, go. Gary Keller graduated from what college? Brown, Baylor, Harvard, Duke. That should be easy money right there. If you put Duke, I love you, but you're still wrong. Three, two, one. Let's see here. Baylor. Ooh, who picked Duke? Did you pick Duke? Who picked Duke? Who picked Duke? I'm gonna ask until somebody tells me who picked Duke. You who did? Yes.
My nickname in EMS is Kibble. Yeah, Kibble, but then my partner was always my dad. Or it was my dad.
The correct answer was Baylor. Next question. Go. Oh, that's tight. If a licensed broker does not pay their renewal fee by June 30th, their license becomes inactive, canceled, you're fired, or expired. We're about to have a lot of green. Please let there be a yellow. Please let there be a yellow. Yes, it is expired. 49 misses. Kibbles, Madison, Chauncey, Dreama, and Little Beard. That's your top 5. All right, next question. The 3 L's of a millionaire real estate agent are leads, letters, listings, letters, leverage, lemons, leads, listings, leverage, listings, lemons, latex.
What if you're allergic to latex?
Then I wouldn't pick that one. Hey, speed, this game will mess you up when it comes to speed and reading at the same time. There you go. Leads, listings, and leverage. Who picked listings, lemons, latex? Oh, God. One-on-one meetings coming up. Scoreboard, Kibble still in the lead. All right, next question. Here we go. Finish this 4 state of growth on your path to $1 million. Think $1 million, earn $1 million, net $1 million, Spend a million, receive a million, save a million, invest a million. Tricky. These are from Gary's books. You should know him. Come on, Cindy. Click the button, Cindy. Think a million, earn a million, net a million, blank. $50 gift card on the line, big gaudy necklace on the line. Receive a million. I know y'all better start reading his daggone books. Next, what's the leaderboard look like? Uh-oh, Chauncey! Chauncey, John, Kibbles, Madison, Dylan. That rounds out your top 5. Next question, go. When completing your yearly CE requirements as a producing agent, not a BIC, you need 4 hours gen up, 4 hours BIC up, 4 hours elective, 4 hours BIC up, 4 hours gen up, 4 hours elective, or 8 hours gen up. You got excited and clicked the wrong one, didn't you? I got him. Okay. I tried to make some of these kind of tricky. Huh? Because it's a time thing. Who feels bad about what they just clicked? 4 hours gen up and 4 hours elective. That is correct. Let's see who we got. All right. 3, 4, and 5 shifted. Chauncey and John still 1 and 2. Tight race. Next. Here we go. Complete the following business theory. The fortune is in the blank. It is absolutely the buyer client. The fortune is in your 97 buyer clients. The correct answer is, everybody say it, follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. See what we got here. All right, I don't see Madison Dillon. Little beer? Back in the house? Better be quick. All right, next question. From the one thing, achievers always work from a clear sense of priority, destiny, purpose, or achievement. Tough one. From the one thing, achievers always work from a clear sense of priority, destiny, purpose, or achievement. All good things, but he only mentions one in the book. It is priority. Purpose. That's a tricky one. I'm sorry that I put that in there, but that was intentional. Sorry. All right, what's it look like? Okay. Huh? They're probably not in the top 5. All right, next question. There are 3 types of real estate markets: buyer's market, seller's market, and crappy market, equal market, balanced market, or your mama's market. Please, somebody click it. Just for me.
Yo mama's market.
It is a balanced market. Somebody clicked it. Somebody clicked it. The same person that clicked that thought my first kids. Uh-oh. 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 All right, next question. Here we go. When seller supply exceeds buyer demand, you are in a seller's market, buyer's market, balanced market, housing market. When seller, read carefully, but read quickly. When seller supply exceeds buyer demand, you are in a. That's right. That's right. Technically, I mean, actually, it could be green. You're in a buyer's market. 42. All right. Did the leaderboard shift? Whoa! Oh, Madison, Kibbles, Kaj, John, Dylan, top 5. All right, here we go. When buyer demand exceeds seller supply, you are in a, please don't get this one wrong right after the last one. When buyer demand exceeds seller supply, you are in a. There's a few places where I was literally sitting at my desk typing this up going, oh, somebody picked it. Watch. Because somebody called my kid Gilbert a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do the tortilla.
No supermarkets. Good job, people. Yeah. All right. All right. Top 5 didn't change. Good job. Top 5 didn't change. Here we go. Next question. The law of equilibrium states that the available income in a market determines the number of blank in that market. This is a tough one. Houses, agents, listings, buyers. The law of equilibrium, this is in Gary's books. The law of equilibrium states that the available income in a market determines the number of blank in that market. Y'all learning something today, dadgummit. Y'all learning something. Agents, 9 people got it right. 9 people got it right. We might see a shift on the leaderboard here. What we got? Okay, no shift. Here we go. Real estate is a blank business. Fun, psycho, cyclical, exciting. It's going to be a 100% blue pick. Huh? Nope. Just one right one based on Gary Keller's books. I agree with everything. Whatever you picked here, I agree with you. Cyclical is correct. It is cyclical. It will go up. It goes down. Uh-oh, Dylan, John, Madison, Genius. Who is Genius? And Roadrunner. We got some movement. 5 players just hit the 5 answer streak. Good job. Next. Here we go. Shifting markets occur when supply and demand. Wah, wah. Shifting markets occur whenever supply and demand match one another, move out of balance, work in harmony, phone a friend. Shifting markets occur whenever supply and demand. You are in the middle of this. This is happening. Move out of balance. Any movement? A little bit. Dylan, Madison, Genius, Roadrunner, Sarah. Here she comes. Y'all better heads up. All right. Next. Keller Williams was founded in 1983 in what city? Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, or Houston, Texas? Waco. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, where's the music? We should play music. Why are we not doing it? Oh, gotcha. I'm so excited to get Austin, Texas is correct. Leaderboard shift. Leaderboard shift. Ariana comes up. Hey, that's a tight race. That's what, 800 points, 7, less than 800 points. Next question. Got 3 more. Our motto at Keller Williams is sink or swim, turn or burn, God, family, business. Can't beat us, join us. Three of the, well, two of those are wrong. My man just talked about this 15 minutes ago. He ended his talk with this. Our motto is, say it out loud. God, family, business. Hey! Woo! Our first question. Everybody got it right. Good job. And, oh, that's 104-point difference between 1 and 2. Dylan and Madison, what are y'all doing over there? All right, 2 left. Here we go. When should a WWREA brochure be presented and reviewed with a potential client? At first contact, same time as listing agreement, when buyer or seller communicates personal or confidential information, or at closing. I put 2 tricky ones in there. You did too fast, didn't you? Yeah. Hey, listen. This big red at first contact was extremely intentional. It worked. It is when a buyer or seller communicates personal or confidential information, which may not always be at first contact. You might talk about what you ate for dinner, and that doesn't count. Uh-oh, shake up in the makeup. Genius, Kaz, Dylan, Madison, Shireen. All right, wait. Is this the last question? Uh-oh. All right, here we go. Whoever gets this one right and quick enough, before turning in a check to the office from your closings, you should first fill out provided envelope, call Mary, make sure your command file is compliant and approved, or call Mary again. Oh, this is tricky. Pay attention. Fill out the provided envelope, or make sure your command file is compliant and approved. Or call Mary again. Or call Mary again. If she don't answer, go knock on her door. Make sure your command file is compliant and approved. All right, here we go. Time of truth. Click it. The podium. 3rd place, Madison. 2nd place, Kaz. 1st place, Genius. Who's Genius? Is Genius here? Is Genius here? Oh, if you're on Zoom, you're going to be mad at me because you ain't getting nothing. I made that clear. Is Genius on Zoom? Find out if Genius is on Zoom and tell him don't quit or be mad. Tiffany, where? Tiffany is Genius. Oh, shit. Golly. She's staff. Tell Tiffany I'll get her something. So number 2, where's Kaz? Come on. Good job, Randy. $50 Amazon gift card. I appreciate it. That was good. And his phone just died. All right. So what we're also going to do, who was 3rd? Oh, when the big blinky chain comes in, you have to come to the office and get it. And what we're going to have, I'm probably going to create some kind of Kahoot wall of champions. So you're going to have a picture with the gaudy chain on. We're going to put it over there. All right. So who was 3rd? Madison? Madison, do you have shift in the one thing? Come here. No, you're going to do both. Great job. Thank you. All right, last thing, and then as soon as we're done, thank you so much for playing. I hope you had a blast. Do me a favor, without wrecking anything, there's one more $50 Amazon gift card in the room. It's under somebody's chair. Stand up, flip it over. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you next team meeting.